Hello and welcome back to another episode of Jeff Sunday Service. Man, appreciate you guys tuning in once again for a weekly message. Before we begin, guys, I want to remind you your faith is valuable, your life has purpose, and God has never created you to live below the standard of his kingdom. If you're watching today, man, I need you to take 2 seconds and like the video, subscribe for weekly kingdom teaching. And if this message resonates, feel free to support the channel through the giving link in the description, guys. Everything you give helps push this message out about the kingdom and not religion. It also helps YouTube push this video out even more so that those who need to hear it can hear it. And make sure you check out my book, The Church is Killing the Kingdom. It goes deeper into really what we are talking about today. It is on the Amazon Kindle, and that link is in the description as well. Now, guys, it's the holiday, so I had to do a video about this because I think this is kind of the perfect timing. We're dealing with a topic that most churches avoid, but because they avoid it, it's making people really live in a deficit. Why do the rich keep getting richer? And why does the church keep making sure you stay poor? Okay. Now, hear my heart. We're not attacking people. We're exposing systems because Jesus himself confronted systems that trapped people in poverty and spiritual blindness. And most of those things were being done right into the place that was supposed to be a house of worship, but they turned it into a den of thieves. In Matthew 15 and 14, come on with me over there. Jesus himself said, if the blind lead the blind, both of them will end up in the ditch. So today, we're going to walk through 5 teachings Jesus gave that most churches never teach. And these teachings explain exactly why so many believers remain stuck. Now, when you guys hear these 5 examples, you've heard these messages, but you've never heard them tied to how God actually wanted it. You've heard these messages based on fear, based on stagnation, everything like that, not how God originally intended in the text. So take notes, pause when needed, and if anything speaks to you, drop a comment so others can grow from your insight. Now, let's get into the first point, the rich young ruler and the woman with the 2 pence. Most churches weaponize these stories to shame you into giving more money, but that was not what Jesus was showing. Let's talk about the rich young ruler. Come on over here to Matthew 19, 16 through 22. Jesus dealt with the heart of a man who had influence and authority, someone who could shake nations. Jesus spoke to him because he understood. Kingdom influence requires kingdom leaders. Let me repeat myself. Kingdom influence requires kingdom leaders. On the other side, you had the woman giving her last 2 pence, her last 2 coins. Follow me over here to Matthew 12, 41 and 44. Jesus did not applaud her poverty. He observed it and he was grieved. He could not intervene. Let me repeat. He could not intervene. The Most High, right? I and the Father are one Jesus. The same Jesus that gives us access to the kingdom. He could not intervene because she was under the authority of religious leaders who exploited the poor. That is why he said in Matthew 23 and 14, woe unto you, for you devour widows' houses. He exposed a corrupt system. Do y'all see this? This is why the church hates when men are there, but when men die, they come in and devour the widow's house. They devour the widow's house. Jesus exposed that corrupted system. Many people today are financially stuck because they're under religious leadership that actually blocks God's intervention, right? So think about it. The rich young ruler, he talking to directly. The widow with the 2 pence, he can't talk to her. If you are in church right now, if you're subscribed to these ministries out there, he can't talk to you. That's why every time I do a video, guys, I'm telling you to get to know God for yourself. Okay? But once you go submit to these religious systems and these doctrines and these outdated traditions, God can't talk to you. Now, if this is helping you, take a second and like the video. It helps this teaching reach others who need religious freedom, guys. They need to be free from the bondage that they're in. And if you feel led, man, you can support the channel through the giving link in the description. Never give under pressure. Give with revelation. Okay, guys, that's what I'm trying to get you guys. A lot of people are so used to being deceived when giving. When somebody comes to you and makes a logical appeal to you, right? I'm giving because I got revelation. I'm not giving because Jeff has put me under pressure. I want you guys to realize that, because that's what's going to help you break through. Now, the next story, feeding the 5,000. We in the holiday season, guys, just past Thanksgiving, going into Christmas. Churches use this story to justify charitable programs, but that's not the lesson Jesus was teaching. Come on over here with me to John 6, 5 through 13 carefully. Jesus fed people who were actively following him on a kingdom assignment, not random crowds, not some charity that we just partner with because the news station gonna give us a piece on the news. This wasn't a feed the poor rally. This was take care of these people who are walking with you on this journey that God is telling you to go. This is not a feed the poor rally, guys. This is taking care of people walking with you. Guys, let me tell you this. As a business owner, you got to make sure that the people who are following you eat. I have to make sure the people that don't follow me eat. That's what Jesus was teaching with the 5,000. Lord, these people are hungry. I need to feed them. It's my responsibility because they follow me. Got 5,000 people walking behind me to the next assignment. I got to feed them. Why do y'all think corporate America, when they bring you on a meeting, they got to make sure you have 3 meals? It's business, guys. They're not going into the city feeding random people. If you're following me, following my vision, I'm required to feed you. That's marketplace leadership. That's stewardship. That's strategy. Jesus even said in John 6 and 12, gather up the fragments that remain so that nothing be lost. Why didn't Jesus just let all the extras sit there for the people who would come and get the scraps? Because it's not about feeding people who don't follow you. You only are obligated to feed people who follow you. And we've never gotten taught that story. If you don't follow me, why should I feel guilty you're not eating? If I'm on this assignment and you following me and you're following me and it's going to give me more influence when we get to the destination, guys, I'm obligated to feed you, right? Jesus was teaching resource management, not religious charity. If this revelation is freeing you from guilt-based religion, comment kingdom over religion below. Because this story with the 5,000, a lot of people are being manipulated into giving, thinking God just fed random hungry people. He didn't. He did not feed random hungry people. If you following him, you won't be broke. If you following that church and that pastor, you're going to be broke. But if you following Jesus, you're not going to be broke. Y'all stick around, because I'm showing y'all right now. I'm giving y'all story after story that you've already heard, but you never heard it like this. Now, point 3, this is going to get me in trouble. Tithing. Churches often misuse this teaching, but Jesus addressed it directly. Come on over here with me, Luke 12, 22 and 28. Jesus reminded us, guys, the birds don't tithe. The lilies don't tithe, yet God provides for them. So why are believers being taught to give money to activate blessings when Jesus says your provision comes from your identity, your purpose, operating in your design, and your obedience to kingdom principles? Guys, the birds just go out and do what God designed them to do. The lilies of the field grow according to the design God designed them. Identity, your purpose, your obedience to kingdom principles, and you're operating in your design. Y'all ever been somewhere and it just felt like a natural fit? That's where you're supposed to be. And it's not based on emotion. It's not based on emotion. It's a natural fit based on your talent. Okay? Jesus said in 6:33, Matthew 6:33, one of my favorite scriptures. Seek ye first the kingdom, and all these other things will be added unto you. Not seek the church, not seek religious routines. Seek kingdom principles produced through purpose. Now, if this is lifting pressure off you, pause and subscribe, because this channel is committed to teaching kingdom truth that sets people free. You ain't gonna have nobody. You're not gonna have anybody debate what I'm saying right now, because the people who teaching these people and putting these people in bondage, they know it's the truth. Thank God for social media and YouTube, because now people have an option to get messages that can help them break free. And again, if you'd like to support kingdom teaching that isn't controlled by religion, man, make sure you hit that giving link in the description. Number 4, here's another favorite story I got, the parable of the talents. This is one of the most understood passages in the entire Bible. Come on over here with me to Matthew 25, 14 through 30. 2 men immediately went into the marketplace and doubled their money with the talents. Y'all know the story, right? It's 3 of them. One got 5, one got 2, one got 1. The one who got 5, the one who got 2 went to the marketplace immediately doubled their money. Okay. Jesus didn't say they prayed. He didn't say they fasted. He didn't say they waited for breakthrough. They worked their assignment in the marketplace and it multiplied. But the man who had one talent hid his. Jesus called him wicked. Jesus took what little he had and gave it to the wealthiest one. Church folks hate that part, but it's kingdom economics. The marketplace is where God multiplies, not the pew, not religious routines, not guilt-based offerings. Okay? This is what people do. If you are stuck in your church, you're the one that's hiding your talent, and God is taking your talent and to give it to somebody else who's going to take it to the marketplace. That's why I need you guys to get out of that church, get into the marketplace so that your talents can be multiplied and exchanged for currency. But more importantly, God is glorified. The one with the 5 and 2 talents, they magnified they magnified God's grace. They magnified God's blessing. Right? That's what that was about. That made God proud because you're doing it in the environment that it's supposed to be in. Again, the marketplace is where God multiplies, not the pew, not religious routine, not guilt-based offerings. Now, if that part hit you, man, type "my talent belongs in the marketplace" down in the comments, because that's where your talent belongs. That's where your talent belongs, guys. And once you get out here in the marketplace, you ain't never going back to that prison with pews. Yes, that's what I call it, a prison with pews instead of a prison with bars. Because both settings, you just sit there. Both settings, you just sit there. And you're not getting any results because you can't go anywhere. Now, let's go to point 5. Jesus paying taxes. This is one of the most powerful kingdom wealth lessons. When Jesus needed money, he did not pray for a breakthrough. He did not call a fasting service. Y'all know January coming up, so all the religious people got to fast for the month of January. He did not ask his disciples for an offering. Notice the 12 people following him, he didn't ask them for an offering. Instead, he said, go to the sea, go to the water. Why? Because the marketplace is where God placed all of your financial needs. Just like right now, all these church people who will go to payday loan people, who will go to the bank for all this stuff, who try to go to family members who don't go to church. Y'all know, if you need to be in church, you asking somebody who's not in church to give you money. Just know that, right? God placed provision in the marketplace. When he told them to go down to the sea, the fish, something tied to business, economy, and trade, carried the exact amount needed. And not only the exact amount needed, but for Jesus' taxes and the person who pulled up the fish. Jesus was revealing that the earth is the Lord's and the fullness thereof. Everything you need is already in circulation. Go to where the supply is. If you've been taught to wait on miracles instead of stepping into the marketplace, today is your liberation. Let me repeat, guys. If you've been taught to wait on miracles, one of the songs we used to sing in church when I was growing up as a little boy was "Pass Me Not, O Gentle Savior." Everything was about "Come by here, Lord." No, God wanted us out and about. And it's the same Bible in 2025 that it was when I was a little boy growing up in church. What changed? I went to the marketplace, and that's what changed. If this is breaking change for you guys, consider supporting the channel through the description link, man, through the given description link in the bio, because this is a real thing that you got to understand. Jesus said, "Lord, help my unbelief." One of the biggest problems you're going to have embracing this message is you got to unbelieve all that stuff you've been taught so that you can believe the new. Jesus also said you can't put old wine in a new wineskin. The reason why I'm telling you guys to give in the description is so that you can begin the process of the unbelief, helping your unbelief, but also embracing this new teaching. Check out my book, Church is Killing the Kingdom, in the Amazon Kindle as well, guys, because that's going to really help reinforce this. This video is a start of your journey. It's not your journey, right? God never designed you to be broke, confused, or spiritually manipulated. He designed you for purpose, authority, provision, wisdom, and kingdom multiplication. It's time to break free from systems Jesus confronted and step into the life he modeled. If this message bless you, man, like it, subscribe, share, comment, and then if God leads you, make sure you leave a donation with the link in the description. Your obedience fuels this kingdom assignment, guys. I appreciate you guys tuning in with me. As I always say, guys, go ye into all the nations, preaching and teaching the gospel with signs and wonders following. Make it a good week, and we'll see you next time. God bless.